Hey everyone, I am going to make some calls on speakerphone so you can hear what is going on, but first let me get you up to date. Sandy happened on October 29, 2012. It is now the end of January, 2013. My holidays were miserable. I finally had power restored to the house, but since all the wires are exposed because I have no walls, I have to keep the circuit breakers off. The only room I keep the power running in is my bedroom. I have a space heater in there. I can get the room to about 55 degrees. The problem is the first floor is totally exposed to the elements because there are no walls and no insulation. I worry all the time that the exposed wires or the space heater will cause a fire. Because I could not get power for so long, I was unable to run dehumidifiers and fans until recently. Everything upstairs now has humidity damage. My auto insurance people showed up and took away my car. They gave me book value for it, which was fair. However, I had an old car so it wasn't worth much. I still don't have a car. I still have been unable to get a rental car because all the rentals are still taken by FEMA and flood adjusters and Red Cross people from out of town. Today I am going to call my flood adjuster. So far the insurance company has only given me a $900 advance check. I have spent several $1,000s on my credit cards and I still do not have hot water. I don't have any money to replace the boiler. I am calling my adjuster to find out what is taking so long, and also to get a copy of his engineer's report. I need to find out exactly what the structural damages are. I need to know how much they will be paying to fix my structure. Ready? Now, I know cell phones don't have a dial tone but we couldn't find a better sound clip. Don't pick on us. This is a low-budget cartoon.
I really don't want to answer that. Sometimes a fax comes in, and it is like a tush massage. But no, that's not a fax. That's definitely the phone. Oh fuck it. Hello, Jules Jerkoff speaking.
Mr. Jerkoff, you finally picked up. I have been calling for days. This is Tony Citizen from Long Island. I don't know if you remember me. Oh Mr. Citizen. Of course I do. I was just working on your case yesterday. Can you hold a second while I get your file? Yes, sure, absolutely.
Okay, please hold. Yo boy yo. What kind of hold music is this?
This doesn't seem appropriate.
I got 99 problems but a bitch ain't one. Huh. I really have to psych myself up for one of these conversations. It's not easy being me. Okay Jules. You're a bad ass. Be bad ass. Be cool. Be a cool bad ass. Keep your cool. Are you still there, Mr. Citizen?
I certainly am. That was some weird hold music.
I apologize, Mr. Citizen. It comes from our corporate headquarters, and I cannot control it. If you would like I can submit a complaint to the main office about it.
That's not necessary. But thank you. Listen, I am still living in a gutted house with no heat. I am calling to find out the status of my claim.
Of course, what would you like to know?
Well, for starters, has my engineer report come back yet? I keep leaving you voicemails about this.
No, I am afraid it is not ready yet.
How can it not be ready? The guy came months ago. He said it would be ready in a week.
I understand you are disappointed. I'm as well. I think because of the number of claims in this federal disaster it's taking a long time to process everything. But good news.
I like good news. What is the good news?
Well, I have decided to close your case and send you your check.
Close my case? What do you mean close my case? I don't understand how you can close my case if you haven't seen the engineer report yet.
Well, Mr. Citizen, everyone knows that this meteorological event was so tremendous that it caused the Earth to move. Therefore your engineer report is irrelevant.
I am not following what you are talking about. I have structural damage. You have to pay for my structural damage. In order to know how much you have to pay we need to see the engineer report to figure out the extent of the flood damage.
Well now, that's the thing. The structural damage wasn't caused by the flood at all. It was caused by the Earth movement, which is a result of the meteorological event, and not the flood event.
What the hell are you talking about? How could you possibly know what caused the damage if you have not seen the engineer report?
I don't need to see the engineer report. Because Earth movement happened during the storm, you would have to be able to prove that the Earth movement was not the cause of the damage and that the flood water was. And you can't do that.
Well, if the Earth moved, the reason it moved is because a giant 4-foot tidal wave rose from the sea with brutal force, washed all the cars on my block into the park, and ravaged everyone's homes. Surely a wave that moves cars is going to be able to move Earth. Anytime a flood happens, the Earth is going to move. It is ridiculous to think that it won't. So you see, if the Earth moved, the flood caused the damage.
I'm sorry, Mr. Citizen, have you read your insurance policy? It sounds to me like you didn't read your policy.
What are you talking about? Did I read my policy? It is one page. The declaration page. It says I have $250,000 of coverage for structural damage in the event of a flood.
No, Mr. Citizen. That is not your policy. That is just a cover page from the Write Your Own insurance broker showing that you purchased a policy.
What the hell do you mean that is not my policy? I gave Lola at the PAL agency $400 and that is what she gave me.
Well, this Lola should have told you to go download the actual policy that goes with the declaration page. I am sorry if she did not do that. The actual policy is the policy written by the National Flood Insurance Program. It is a PDF that is 66 pages long. And if you go to policy page 9, also known as PDF page 13, and then see section 5, the section entitled Exclusions, and then scroll down to part C, and then read what it says there, you will find it says the following: we do not insure for loss to property caused directly by Earth movement even if the Earth movement is directly caused by a flood.
What? Wait, can you say that again?
Sure. I would be happy to. The policy says, we do not insure for loss to property caused directly by Earth movement even if the Earth movement is directly caused by a flood, so you can see, if any Earth moves at all, even if the flood does it, you are not covered. Clearly the Earth moved in your home since you can see straight down to hell now. The engineer report, therefore, is not necessary for me to close your case.
When would there ever be a flood that doesn't move any Earth at all?
I am not here to question the rules, Mr. Citizen. I am just here to apply them to your claim.
This sounds like a complete load of garbage to me. I had 4 feet of water in my house. Everything is destroyed. All my stuff. All my walls. My floors. My plumbing, my heat, my doors and windows. My insulation. My furniture. My clothes. My kitchen. My bathrooms. My carpets. My wood floors. My TV. They were all destroyed in a flood of 4 feet of water.
Yes, well, Mr. Citizen. Clearly you didn't read your policy. The good news is despite the fact that you have a basement and experienced Earth movement, I am happy to inform you that you will be receiving a check for $6,000 in addition to the advance you were given. I will have that out to you in the mail today.
$6,000? I know what that means. That means you are not covering any of my structural damages. Any of it. What the hell am I supposed to do with that fiery pit gateway to hell in my dining room?
Well, Mr. Citizen, We simply cannot pay for that structural damage because it is not covered under the terms of your policy.
This is complete and utter bullshit.
Mr. Citizen, I am happy to inform you that if you find any other covered damages you are able to submit them to me in the form of a supplemental claim.
What is a supplemental claim?
Well, because of the size of this disaster we know you may encounter damages you didn't realize that were there. So if you repair those or get estimates for repair of those, you can submit those to me and I can go ahead and pay those amounts for you.
Do you pay for engineers and architects?
It would be nice if those items were covered, but they are not. Please read the terms of your policy available on the FEMA website and take those into consideration before you go laying out money for repairs assuming that money will be recoverable. In many cases it is not. You really need to read the policy.
Yeah, whatever. I can see clearly what is happening here. I don't know how you live with yourself, Mr. Jerkoff.
Well, I got a nice Christmas bonus for scrutinizing so many claims to the point they were barely paid. And I am going to Hawaii next week with the money. So, I will be sure to get your check out today.
That's really swell of you, buddy. Really swell.
Thanks, I am glad I could assist you today. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me anytime. Just not next week when I'm in Hawaii.
Fuck you.
Great. Have a nice day. Well, that went pretty well. I am glad he didn't cry. The little hairs on the back of my neck stand up when they cry. It is really unpleasant.
Fucking asshole. This is bullshit. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage and loss and I'm getting $6,900. What a load of crap. What am I supposed to do? It is clear to me they are making excuses not to pay. What is the point of having a flood policy if it doesn't cover flood damages? I have been waiting 3 months to get my insurance money and none is coming. I don't know what I am going to do.